On the night of July 14, 2023, in the uncharted heart of Papua New Guinea's Foja Mountains, 11-year-old Chaba of the isolated Yafi tribe was dragged from his sleeping mat by a living coil thicker than a man's thigh. A reticulated python, 28 feet long and 1,800 pounds, had begun to swallow the boy alive until the snake itself became the prey. Something tore the serpent open from the inside out, leaving Chaba drenched in blood that wasn't his. The tribe's elders insist the killer was no jaguar, no crocodile, no animal known to science. They call it the Kwevadna, the hollow hunger, and it's still out there. The Yafi have lived in the Foja cloud forest for at least 40,000 years, longer than any pyramid stood in Egypt. They number fewer than 300 souls, speak a language with no written form, and have never allowed outsiders past the ring of skull-topped bamboo stakes that mark their border. Until 2021, an anthropologist's team was granted 72 hours to document a rare fungal bloom. They left with 11 terabytes of data and a warning. The elders spoke of a kwev, a shadow that eats the space between heartbeats. The translators laughed it off as metaphor. The first anomaly was auditory. Motion sensor mics recorded a sound no animal makes, a low, wet clicking, like bones being reset inside a sack of meat. The second anomaly was olfactory, a smell the Yafi call sawadan, rotting durian mixed with ozone after lightning. Then the livestock vanished, not killed, gone. A 400-pound cassowary, iron-beaked and territorial, simply ceased to exist between one frame of infrared and the next. The only trace, a perfect circle of soil, 12 feet wide, stripped of every root, every microbe, every grain of sand. Sterile. The team's final audio log was recovered from a cracked SD card. The voice is calm, clinical, until it isn't. Day 71. The Yafi refused to enter the eastern valley after dusk. They say the Kwevadna is learning our footfalls. I thought it was superstition, but last night, I felt it. A pressure, like the air itself was watching. I'm recommending immediate, repeat, do not send. The transmission ends with a sound no one can explain. A child's laugh pitched down 800%, stretched across 47 seconds. If an entire ecosystem can be erased in silence, what chance does a village of 300 have? July 14, 2023, the night the hollow hunger announced itself. A longhouse on stilts. Inside, 14 hammocks sway. Chaba, small for 11, ribs visible, sleeps clutching a carved wooden crocodile. Rain on palm thatch. A python's scales rasp against bamboo. The snake is real, 28 feet, 180 pounds, captured earlier on trail cam. It coils around Chaba's torso, jaw unhinging with a wet pop. Reticulated pythons kill by constriction, then swallow prey whole. Chaba should have been dinner, but at 0211 a.m., the python screams. The snake's body convulses. A bulge travels upward from tail to head against peristalsis. Something inside is moving the wrong way. The python's eyes burst. From the gaping mouth erupts a torrent of black fluid and, impossibly, teeth. Not the python's. A sound like wet canvas ripping, then silence. Chaba wakes to find the snake flayed open like a banana peel. Its skeleton is gone. Ribs pried apart, vertebrae sucked clean. The boy is untouched, but his skin is branded with a spiral of suction cup bruises, each the size of a silver dollar, arranged in a perfect Fibonacci sequence. Tribal council at dawn. Elders examine the carcass. One shaman, face tattooed with crocodile scales, presses a finger into the empty chest cavity. It comes away dusted in crystalline spores that glow under UV light. The Yafi have a word for this. Dan sawa, the hunger that hungers back. By noon, 7 villagers are missing. No blood trails, no drag marks, just circles of sterile earth. The Kwevadna doesn't hunt for food, it samples. When your enemy leaves no corpse, how do you fight what cannot be killed? The Yafi do not have guns, they have memory. Elders grind bioluminescent fungi into paste. Children weave nets from orchid fiber soaked in tree frog toxin. A blind grandmother carves runes into a dugout canoe, symbols that match the suction bruises on Chaba's skin. Their plan is simple and insane. Lure the Kwevadna to the cassowary, the black sink, a peat bog that swallows light itself. The bait? Chaba. The boy volunteers. Night. Chaba stands alone on a raft of lashed bamboo in the center of the bog. He is naked, except for the spiral bruises now pulsing faintly. Around him, the water is glass. The Yafi believe the Kwevadna is not one creature, but a colony. Millions of microscopic organisms that assemble into a predator when biomass is detected. A living 3D printer made of hunger. The clicking crescendos. The water boils without heat. From the raft's point of view, a shape rises. First a ripple, then a column of water defying gravity. It forms a torso, humanoid, but joints bend backward. The head is a lamprey mouth, ringed with eyes that reflect starlight wrong. It has no color, only absence. Chaba does not run. He sings. A lullaby his mother sang before she vanished. The creature hesitates, its clicking stutters. The heartbeat drum syncs with Chaba's voice. The creature's form flickers, edges unraveling like smoke. The toxin nets deploy, launched by blow darts. The fibers ignite on contact, burning with cold blue fire. The Kwevadna screeches, a sound like glaciers calving, and plunges into the bog. The peat erupts, a whirlpool 30 feet wide. The creature is pulled apart, limbs stretching into taffy before dissolving into black spores that sink and vanish. Silence. The drum stops. Chaba is hauled to safety by vines. The bog is still. Dawn. The Yafi burn the raft. Chaba stares at his reflection in a puddle. The spiral bruises are gone, but in the water, for one moment, his eyes are black from edge to edge. The Kwevadna is neutralized. The sterile circles begin to sprout new ferns within hours. The Yafi return to their longhouses, but every night Chaba wakes at 0211 a.m. and walks to the edge of the bog. He stands there until sunrise, listening. The hunger is patient. It remembers his voice. A single click, far away, then nothing.